Sometimes you have to stop being who you were in order to become who you were meant to be. Alright, this is different and it's low-key weird, but we gonna rock with it. We gonna rock out. You know how people talk about coming in nature and grounding yourself and doing all of these things? This is my first time doing this, so welcome to the experience, you guys, because we're doing it together. And today is the start of my new channel, so congratulations to me on starting my new channel, starting my new journey, and just showing up for myself how I want to show up for me. I wanted to create this channel, but I wanted to start with an introductory video about my experience and why I named the channel Quenisha Can and Will. So my full name is Quenisha, and I used to go by Queen, and a lot of times people call me Queen for short, because back in the early 2000s, people were calling my name ghetto. People were giving my name this stereotype, all of these different type of things. And so I just felt like going with Queen was easier. It was easier to build upon, and it was more polished, right? It sounded good. So I was like, let me just go with that. This is what people are calling me. Queen is empowering, is all of these different type of things. So let me just go with that, right? It's kind of like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce, right? Beyonce was Beyonce, but then she became her alter ego, Sasha Fierce. For me, it's backwards. Queen was my alter ego, but then I didn't know who I truly was at my core. I didn't know who Quenisha was. So I had to go and figure out that for myself, because I had already created the mask. I was walking around with the mask, but who am I internally? And so we have to ask ourselves, who are we when we take all of these things away? When we take the job title away and your career away, who are you? When we take the Porsche away, who are you? When we take the big home away, the condo away, who are you? When we take all the money that you have away from you, who are you? And these are the things that we have to be able to sit with ourselves and understand, like, at our core, who are we? I've worked for big companies. I've worked for MTV. I've worked for Marvel. I worked for BET. I worked for Tyler Perry. I've worked for MGM, ABC. I've worked for them all, so my career has been super, super duper successful. However, just all of the trauma and everything that I went through my childhood, that was the reason why I created Queen. She was the one who was driving, the trauma was driving me to achieve those things. And so I got there and I realized that I don't want this anymore. That this industry isn't for me. It's a dark place. It has dark people, and you see this light shining, like, look at how the light going on me. Like, I don't want to be around that type of energy. I don't want to try to be fake and try to fit in with people that I clearly don't fit in with, So for me, I've just been contemplating on walking away, and I decided to do that. I decided to walk away from something that was no longer serving me. Like, I put, not blood, but I put some sweat and tears into my career and how far I went. And it's like a toxic relationship, right? Like, there's a lot of things that I wanted to achieve, and I just never got them, because for some reason I felt in my spirit that God doesn't want me behind the scenes. Like, it's like, okay, you've been behind the scenes, you've done that, but now it's time to share. It's time to tell somebody else your story. It's also time to help those people who need to be helped and give back in a certain way that you've never been able to give back. And I have to trust that. I have to trust that, the industry and working in wardrobe and working in fashion, that was a part of me, but it was something that I masked myself with for a long time and didn't know who I was. And I just, hid behind all of the clothes and all of the things. This is me. Like, look at me. Like, this girl is fly. She is fly, but she's masking every single insecurity that she has, and she does not know who she is. And so I had to take a deep dive to understand who that woman is, what makes her tick, what does she need, what does she want. And all of those things I did not know about myself. I did not know the things that I needed to do in order to show up for myself, in order to give myself the balance that I need, in order to heal myself. All of these things I had to go through. And it's so many, I don't know if you all resonate with this, but like death and rebirth and transformation. And so I am a person who is driven by transformation and wants to help other people transform and be in a space where they can love who you are. You can love on who you are at your core, and nothing is going to take away from you, So I know this is a lot. And like I said, I know y'all don't know me. I don't know y'all either, but we're going to get to know each other, okay? So I think that Quenisha can and will is just a declaration that I can do it. God can and will. God can do it. If God does it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. So I just want people to be able to say that they can and they will, and that you stand on what you say and you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Because I didn't get to where I got in my career. I didn't get far the way that my career went. I didn't get that far to just be like, all right, this is it for me. A pivot is hard. Transitioning to anything when you've done it for so long is hard. It's gonna be hard to make that transition and to try to do something else because it's new, it's uncomfortable. So all of these things we try to tie our name to. We're bigger than those things. When I started out in high school, I started out doing a lot of different things. I was doing fashion, I was doing nails, I was doing hair. I was obsessed with hair for a point in time. Then I got into fashion and I was obsessed with that for a point in time. And then I'm over it. So we change, we grow, and you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to experience something new. And if you want to pivot, it's not too late. It's not to do those things. So I look forward to what I have to offer, what I plan on putting out, who I plan on showing up as and being, because you see I did that switch, right? You see I did this, but I just want to show like a different side of me, because I know I'm so used to being serious all the time, being so focused. And so this trip back home, and like I said, I haven't been here for 10 years. This trip back home is showing me like, how far I've gotten and how much I've grown. And I'm just excited to see what's going to be new in my life, because I don't know the unknown. But I know, like I said, I'm not starting from scratch. I'm starting from experience. And so I'm looking forward to everything that's going to come my way. And yes, I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. And I'm going to get some rest, most importantly, because I've been going, working in TV and film. Your body just wants rest. It needs rest. And for the past 7 years, I've been working nonstop, 12 hours a day, on my feet all day. So it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the rest. I'm looking forward to the reset. And yes, y'all, I just want to be free.